What's up everyone, it's Farhan. Welcome to another video. I'm going to quickly show you how to color correct and color grade your DJI Mini 3 Pro videos. I've got a few clips here which I'm going to work on. Now before I begin, I want to let you know that before you color grade, you first color correct, which is you taking care of the saturation, the exposure, and the white balance. And then when you get into grading is when you get more deep into the colors and change things to your style. So I'm going to start with this one first. I'm going to bring up the scopes. I use Final Cut Pro, which is what I use for editing. You probably would be using Adobe's Premiere Pro or any other software. Pretty much work the same way. So I'm going to bring up the scopes here. For exposures now, you want the highlights to come to 100 and you want the shadows to come down to 0, or try and bring it as close as you can. So I'm going to go to color wheels. You can use color board if you want, but that's what I'm using. So I'm going to look at the highlights here and I'm just going to pull it up. I'm going to pull it up slightly. So you see if you go more, the highlights are all blown out. So you want to keep it like in between, 100. And I'm going to bring the shadows down to add some more contrast. You see, bring the shadows down more, you lose a lot of detail. You bring it up. Well, so I want to bring it down more. Now, I don't usually play with the midtones a lot, but it's all like somewhere around here. So I just want to pull it up slightly. Yeah, around there should be good. Now that we're here I'm gonna also go to color curves for more fine-tuned adjustments. This is where you come to give it more contrast if you want. So I wanted to give it that cinematic fade, that S look, that matte look. So I'm gonna pull up the shadows over here, bring the blacks down just a little bit, and then I'm gonna bring these down too and raise the lights up a bit. So if you look over here, so before, after. Maybe I'll raise this up a little bit more. Now I'm going to come back into color wheels. Just bring the shadows down, maybe not too much, like around there, and raise the highlights slightly more. Yeah, around there is good. Now the next step is obviously saturation. But anyway, I just wanted to take a quick before and after of what I've done so far. Before, after. Now I'm gonna get back into color wheels and go into global and add saturation here. Now you don't want to go all the way, I usually don't go all the way, and it's way too much. So I just add saturation maybe somewhere around here. I don't like my videos to be really saturated. At times I even desaturated in certain areas. So that's what I do. I don't want to play with the temperature because I think, the way it was filmed, it's fine. But if you want to increase the temperature, you can always come back and increase it here. You can decrease it. Maybe I'll increase it just a little bit. Think around that. You want to play with the tint, you can play with the tint too, make it more magenta, make it more green. I think it's fine right now. So now that this clip is color corrected, we're going to move into color grading this. Now you can always do that by adding a LUT, but no LUT is perfect. You still have to do your own tweaks, because every situation is different. So LUTs are a good way for you to start and save you some work, but you still have to make tweaks here and there. So I'm not going to add a LUT here, but so this is kind of like color grading in Lightroom, where you choose a specific color and you can play with the hue, luminance, and saturation. So that's basically what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to pick the blue here. Now I want it to be a little more toward the aqua, a little more teal. So you see if you move it up or down, it changes. So I'm going to move it slightly here, slightly more toward teals. Around here is nice. No, that's a little too much. I think here is nice. So is it before, after. Okay, around there looks good to me. Now I'm also gonna pick the saturation levels. Now you can increase saturation if you want, and bring it down. I don't think it'll really saturate add saturation to it. Probably desaturate it a little bit. Maybe I'll increase saturation. Looks nice that way. Now this is your luminance. You want to make it look more bright, or you want to bring it down. It's totally up to you. I think it's fine the way it is, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Now you can add more of these and choose specific colors and play with them. So this is what it looks like before, and this is what it looks like after. Before, after. I'm going to work on this clip here. So I'm going to begin with correcting the exposures first. So I'm going to bring the highlights up to 100, maybe slightly more. Yeah, around there is good. Bring the shadows down. Yeah, mid-tone slightly higher. Around there it looks good to me. Now you don't always have to go to color curves if you don't want to, but I usually use color curves and I use the RGB curves as well. Yeah, I'm gonna give this another S curve or fade look. So I'm just gonna pull out these, bring the blacks down, bring the highlights down, bring the lights up slightly. I'm just gonna leave the midtones the way it is. Go back to wheels, slight adjustments. And yeah, I think this looks good. So quick before and after. See, that really makes so much difference right there. I'm not gonna play with the temperature or tint. I think it looks fine the way it is. Like I said, this is a quick tutorial, so I don't want to go a lot into detail. This is a quick beginner tutorial. So now that I'm here, I'm gonna go into saturation and add some saturation. Like I said, don't go overboard. It really doesn't look that nice, but I'm gonna leave it somewhere around here. Now the next part is getting grading, so I'm gonna choose the hue saturation curves. Now that I'm gonna grade it, I'm just gonna change the hue of the green. I want it to look a little more rusty, a little more golden-ish, so I'm just gonna pull it more toward the oranges. I think around here looks really nice to me. And then I'm gonna choose the saturation. And if you want to bring the saturation up, you can do that. You want to bring it down, you can do that. I'm just gonna move it slightly higher, but a little more toward the oranges. So just a quick before and after. Before, after. So this is just like a very quick beginner tutorial. I'm not going heavy into it. I'm not using any LUTs and not working on other aspects like the sky or the water here, to change like grading and using more red, green, blue curves. This is just like basic stuff, and this is how you explore and try and create your own style. My style is usually very slightly desaturated and a lot of contrast. That looks nice to me. So again, a quick before and after. Before and after. This is what d-cinelike looks like, and before and after. I hope you guys enjoyed a quick beginner tutorial video, and make sure to watch my other Mini 3 Pro videos, which include how to get the best hyperlapses and 5 must-use shots. I'll see you guys soon.